From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
And right now on the Afternoon Edition, some haze lingering over the Bay Area. We'll look at when you can expect to see some clear skies. I'm Ryan Yamamoto, and if you go outside right now, you will still see hazy and smoky skies, but the air quality concerns and heat, that's starting to let up. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Jessica Birch with a look at the forecast. Jessica.
You know, widespread, we've been seeing these hazy skies, right? Anywhere from Santa Rosa all the way down into the Santa Clara Valley. I mean, within the past 24 hours, it's only really gotten worse as that smoke continues to move its way in from the north. But here's what we're looking at right now for our current air quality, especially off into our East Bay right now, up into the North Bay and even into the Santa Clara Valley. We're still in that unhealthy category. If you are in San Francisco or just along our coastline, we're actually getting a bit of an onshore flow, and it's helping when it comes to that air quality just a bit. We're seeing a little bit of that Pacific breeze, but basically low pressure's just offshore, and that's continuing to circulate more smoke into our local communities. We're going to see that throughout the afternoon today. Luckily, Futurecast is showing that shift off to the east and then eventually to the north. So we are going to see a big change in the forecast within the next couple days, at least when it comes to the air quality. Another thing I want to mention too, we're going to see some gusty skies or gusty conditions into this afternoon. Wind gusts anywhere up to around 20 miles per hour as that area of low pressure just lingers offshore. You know what this system does though? This actually helps push away that heat dome. All that hot air we had yesterday off in the East Bay, we're going to be seeing 70s in the forecast as early as tomorrow. Compare that to yesterday's triple digits. I'll take it any day of the week. And to add to that, we might even see some coastal drizzle in the forecast too, thanks to that system. So temperatures, they're starting to cool down. That's the good news, right? Yesterday, we were in the triple digits near Antioch and Fairfield. Now we're seeing 80s with 60s along the coast. I'll have what's expected tomorrow coming up in your First Alert forecast. For now, back to you, Ryan.
All right, thanks, Jess. And here's a look at some of the fires bringing those air quality concerns to the Bay Area. The fires are in Humboldt, Siskiyou, and Trinity counties. Tens of thousands of acres are burning right now. That's in addition to a raging fire at the Oregon border, and people in Florida's Big Bend region are returning home today to see what's left of their property after Idalia hit as a Category 3 hurricane. And as Jared Hill reports, that storm quickly moved north, causing even more damage.
Idalia arrived in the Carolinas as a tropical storm, but with enough punch to flood streets and topple trees.
That car's flying!
In Goose Creek, South Carolina, intense winds lifted this car right off the ground. The local police chief said 2 people escaped with only minor injuries. Here in Morehead City on the coast of North Carolina, it's not just the wind, but also the water that's a concern. There are flash flood warnings up and down the eastern part of the state. Idalia left its biggest mark in Florida after making landfall along the Big Bend area of the Gulf Coast Wednesday morning.
Oh my gosh!
The canopy at a gas station in Perry, Florida was no match for the storm's 125-mile-per-hour winds.
You want to live on the water, you gotta put up with it, you know?
There's massive damage in Horseshoe Beach. Many homes in the small coastal community are destroyed. Trees and debris everywhere. But everyone appears to be okay.
Hey, what matters is what I'm holding right here, okay? It's just material stuff.
At one point, water stretched as far as the eye could see, and many storm victims now have to wait for it to recede before they begin putting their lives back together.
And tens of thousands of people from Florida to the Carolinas are still without power. In San Jose, Mayor Matt Mahan is calling on social media platforms to join the city in the fight against sideshows. Those are those rowdy gatherings that are often promoted on those platforms. And the mayor drafted a letter inviting Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and Snapchat to City Hall to discuss strategies with police. He says sideshows have become more common and more dangerous in San Jose. At single event last year, police issued more than 700 citations.
These dangerous and illegal events are fueled by social media. They are increasingly spread, consumed, and attended primarily for the purpose of generating content to get likes and build a social media following.
Mahan said he was pleased that all platforms he reached to agreed to have a conversation. Well, today is International Overdose Awareness Day, and we're learning new information about the Tenderloin Center that provided a safe space for addicts to use drugs. It operated at San Francisco's UN Plaza for most of last year. Before being shut down, the center successfully reversed 100% of the 333 overdoses that took place there. That's according to a new study published in the International Journal of Drug Policy. The center offered food, shower, and laundry, and utilized a combination of Narcan and oxygen to revive users until it closed last December. City leaders have indicated plans to open similar community hubs at some point. Meanwhile, just about anybody will be able to get their hands on Narcan starting next week. That's when the first over-the-counter version of the drug is expected to hit shelves at places like Walgreens and CVS. The Narcan manufacturer says each 2-pack of the nasal spray should retail for about $45. And a traffic alert. Caltrans will close a stretch of westbound Interstate 80 for road repairs starting tonight, and that will last through Labor Day weekend. The full closure starts at 9 p.m. between the 780 interchange in Vallejo and Highway 4 in Hercules. Caltrans plans to reopen that stretch at 5 a.m. on Tuesday. And Bay Area airports are expecting a Labor Day weekend rush. Oakland International estimates more than 210,000 travelers will pass through between today and Tuesday. That's nearly 88% of pre-pandemic levels in 2019. At SFO, it wasn't too crowded this morning, but just wait. They're projecting 590,000 passengers will go through from tomorrow through Monday. That's a 93% increase of what they saw over the same period in 2019. They believe tomorrow will be the busiest day with 160,000 passengers in and out. And San Jose Mineta Airport is also expecting a slight increase in travelers tomorrow compared to the Friday before Labor Day last year.